You're searching for your home in paradise. You find two that you love. House A is listed for $450,000. House B is listed for $500,000. You've got your pre-approval and you feel smart, so you go with House A and save $50,000. But what if I told you that decision just cost you over $51,000? Today we are talking about the single biggest, most devastating, and most silent financial mistake I see Sarasota buyers make. It's an error that doesn't show up on a closing statement and won't be flagged by your lender, but it will quietly drain your bank account for years to come. This is the $50,000 mistake, and my only goal today is to make sure you know exactly how to see it and how to avoid it. Hey everyone, Dan Henson here, your guide to Sarasota and the Florida Suncoast. So what is this critical, costly mistake? It's choosing a home based solely on its purchase price without calculating the true 5-year cost of ownership. People get pre-approved for a certain monthly payment and they become laser focused on that list price. They see cheaper and they think better deal. In almost every other market in the country, that logic might hold up. But in coastal Florida, that logic is fundamentally broken and it will cost you. Let me paint you the exact picture using the math I see every single week. We have our buyer, and they've narrowed it down to House A and House B. House A is $450,000 and House B is $500,000. The buyer chooses House A thinking they just saved $50,000. They go to closing, they get the keys, and they are thrilled. But here's what's about to happen to them. Over the next 5 years, that cheaper house will actually cost them $250 more than the expensive house would have. How is that even possible? It's possible because the purchase price isn't what matters most. It's the carrying costs. Let's break down the math. The first and biggest factor is homeowners insurance. Our cheaper $450,000 home, House A, is a beautiful home with great bones, but it was built in 1998. This is the key. It has the original shingle roof, which is now 27 years old. It has the original single-pane slider windows, with no hurricane shutters or impact protection. From an insurance carrier's perspective, this home isn't a risk, it's a nightmare. When our buyer, who is already under contract, gets their actual insurance quote, they are shocked to see the premium is $8,500 per year. But they're committed, so they have to pay it. Now let's look at House B, the expensive $500,000 home. It was built in 2019. It was built to modern codes, has a new architectural shingle roof that's only 6 years old, and every single window and door is impact-rated glass. An insurance carrier looks at this home and sees a fortress. The premium comes back at $4,200 per year. That is a $4,300 annual difference. Over 5 years, that difference alone is $21,500. But we are just getting started. Let's talk about flood insurance. House A, our older home, is in a gorgeous established neighborhood that's built around a scenic creek. It's part of the charm, but that charm puts it squarely in flood zone AE. Because the buyer has a mortgage, flood insurance is mandatory. That policy costs them $2,400 per year. House B is in a newer, master-planned community that was engineered with modern stormwater management and built on higher ground. It's in flood zone X, which is the lowest risk category. Flood insurance is optional, but for peace of mind, our buyer gets a minimal policy for just $450 per year. That's another $1,950 per year in savings. Over 5 years, that's another $9,750. So far, the cheaper house has already cost our buyer $250 more than the expensive one. And now for the knockout punch. Let's talk about major maintenance. That 27-year-old roof on House A, it's not a matter of if it will fail, it's a matter of when. In year 3 of ownership, after a strong summer storm, they find a leak. The roofer comes out and gives them the inevitable news. The roof is at the end of its life and needs a full replacement. In Sarasota, that is a $20,000 expense minimum. Meanwhile, the owner of House B with their 6-year-old roof has another 15 years of life left on it. That is a $20,000 bill that they simply do not have to pay. So let's add it all up. Over just 5 years, the owner of the cheaper house paid $21,500 more in homeowners insurance, $9,650 more in flood insurance, $20,000 for a new roof. The grand total, $51,250. The house that seemed $50,000 cheaper on paper actually cost over $50,000 more to own, and this math is conservative. I haven't even factored in the much higher monthly energy bills from those old leaky single-pane windows, or the high probability that the 27-year-old HVAC, water heater, or plumbing systems will also fail. What makes this mistake so painful is that it is 100% avoidable. All of this information is available to you before you make an offer. You just have to know to ask for it. So here is how you avoid this $50,000 mistake. This is the exact strategy I use with every client. Step 1. Talk to an insurer first. Before you even look at a single home, call a local independent insurance agent who specializes in coastal Florida properties. Give them hypotheticals. Ask them, what's the premium difference between a 1995 home with an old roof and a 2018 home with impact windows? This will give you a baseline understanding of how much these features are really worth. Step 2. Become a flood map expert. The moment you find a home you like, your first action is to go to the FEMA flood map service online. It's free. Type in the address. If you see any zone other than X, you stop. You get a real firm flood insurance quote before you go any further. Step 3. Demand the wind mitigation report. This is the report card for the insurance company. It tells them every wind-resistant feature the home has, from the roof shape to the window protection. Ask the seller for it up front. If they don't have a recent one or they are hesitant, that is a massive red flag that they are hiding a terrifying insurance bill. Step 4. Get quotes, not estimates. During your inspection period, you will get a 4-point inspection and a wind mitigation report. You must send these to your insurance agent immediately and get firm, written, bindable quotes for both homeowners and flood coverage. Do not accept ballparks or estimates. Get the real number before you waive your contingencies. Step 5. Create a 5-year total cost analysis. This is the final step. Put it in a spreadsheet. Compare the homes side by side. Add the mortgage, the real taxes, the real insurance, and a realistic budget for major maintenance based on the age of the roof, HVAC, and water heater. When you compare that number, the true cost becomes crystal clear. Here is the mindset shift you have to make. In Sarasota, the purchase price is just your entry fee. It's the cost to get in the game. The real game is the annual carrying costs and the major repairs. A home that costs $50,000 more upfront but saves you $5,000 a year in insurance and doesn't need a new roof is the better financial decision. Every single time. That is not my opinion. That is just math. I had a client just last year faced with this exact choice. Home 1 was $525,000, built in 2001 in a flood zone with an older roof. Home 2 was $565,000, built in 2020 in flood zone X with full impact windows. The $40,000 price difference felt huge to them. But after we ran the full 5-year analysis, we found that Home 2, the more expensive one, would actually save them over $60,000 in just those first 5 years. They chose Home 2, and they thank me for it every time I see them. The irony is that the smartest people, successful professionals who analyze investments all the time, make this mistake. Why? Because they bring their real estate mindset from Ohio or Illinois or New York. In those markets, a 1998 home is fine. In coastal Florida, a 1998 home without updates is a financial landmine. Our insurance market and climate demands are fundamentally different from anywhere else in the country. My goal is not to scare you away from older homes. There are incredible older homes in Sarasota that have been meticulously maintained and upgraded. A 1985 home with a 2023 roof, 2024 impact windows, and an updated electrical panel can be a fantastic, solid gold investment. The point is that you have to do the homework. The mistake is not buying an older home. The mistake is buying any home, old or new, without understanding what it will truly cost you to own it. If you take only one thing away from this video, please let it be this. In the Sarasota real estate market, the lowest price is almost never the best deal. The best deal is the home that provides the most value and the lowest long-term cost of ownership. That is how you find peace of mind. My job isn't just to find you a house you love. My job is to make sure it's a financially sound decision that sets you up for long-term success in paradise. If you're ready to avoid the $50,000 mistake and find a home with a strategy based on real numbers, my team and I are here to help. Be sure to like this video, subscribe for more honest insights into our market, and leave a comment below with your questions about calculating the true cost of ownership. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to helping you make a smart, informed decision.